Everyone is talking about the kiss cam at a Coldplay concert. Here's why. Welcome to Vanish Mode. I'm Jordan Uhl.
And I'm Taylor Lorenz.
And during a Coldplay concert in Boston this week, two tech executives got caught allegedly having an affair during a kiss cam segment. There's so much more to the story as it has developed over the last several hours. But first, here's the video.
Yeah. Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. You're okay? Oh, what? Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy. I'm not quite sure.
And you could see the reaction when the camera pans to them. They're in shock. The guy ducks to hide. You could hear Chris Martin, the singer of Coldplay, in that clip acknowledge, oh, maybe they're having an affair, or maybe they're just shy. Now, Taylor, this video is going viral on just about every social media platform, but it got me wondering, had they reacted differently, we may have never seen the clip. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. It was their reaction that I think drew so much attention because also Chris Martin comments on it. He's like, "What are you guys having an affair or whatever?" So I think they should have just acted normally. It would have just been another kiss cam. Maybe it would have made its way out at some point, but they should have been cool about it.
But I want to get into who they are and the unraveling saga in front of us. So once this video started going viral, people started to investigate who they were. Within hours, they identified the guy as Andy Byron, who is the CEO of a tech firm called Astronomer, and the woman is allegedly Kristen Cabot, who is the chief people officer at that company. From there, people started to look into Andy and Kristen's personal lives, and they found that they were both married to different people. And here's where things took a turn that, Taylor, I'm not really comfortable with. They started commenting on Andy's wife's Facebook page. There are a couple of messages I want to highlight here. You could see someone commenting with a screenshot of this video. Someone then replies, "Is this necessary?" The original poster says, "She should know." Then a debate ensued over what the best method to tell his wife actually was. And their justification for doing so was that they were sorry she was going through this and that she's got so many people rooting for her. Taylor, what do you make of this crowd of strangers just flooding his wife with purported sympathy when in reality, none of them are going to remember her or even be thinking about her in probably 48 hours?
I think this thing is so weird because he could have been separated from his wife or she could have been separated from her husband or who knows. You just don't know the details of somebody else's relationship. Not that, I mean, I do think that the way that they reacted was strange, maybe because they are like work colleagues, but we just don't know the nature of people's marriages. We don't know if they're in some sort of like ethically non-monogamous situation. Like, I think the fact that they work together is maybe more of a liability even than their marriage. Like, we just don't know so much about this conversation. And I feel like it's really disturbing also just how quickly people can identify people and kind of like get involved in their personal business on the internet.
404 Media has a great piece about that. They warn about the technology like PIM eyes that some people use, internet sleuths, or just mobs of angry strangers can use facial recognition technology to identify strangers. And in this case, I think because of his title, he's a CEO at a tech firm, and that company is valued at around $1 billion, people thought it was okay. This is two executives at a tech company, common white collar villain in today's society. But people use this technology for everything. The wave of Karen videos that we saw a few years ago really rubbed me the wrong way because we don't know what that person's circumstance is. Maybe they're having a mental health crisis or some sort of episode. Maybe there's more to the story than what we're seeing. And as 404 so smartly puts in their story, this prompt on social media of, hey, TikTok, identify this person, and you will find maybe dozens or even hundreds of willing participants in that mob. I really don't like it.
But it's like, yeah, I know. I don't like it either. And I wrote a piece back years ago when it was West Elm Caleb that everybody was doing this too, where they found this guy.
God, yes.
Yeah, this is a tale as old as time, unfortunately, with social media. And I mean, yes, we live in this era of like mass surveillance and we built this crowdsourced surveillance machine essentially online. And I just think times like this, we don't know the full context. And I think what's a real liability are the brands jumping in. I mean, this just seems like a lawsuit waiting to happen. There's brands like Chipotle and like the New York City Department of Sanitation and just like all these other brand accounts that are making jokes out of this viral video and attacking this guy. And I mean, there's just so much reputational harm that this man has suffered. Even if these people are having an affair, okay, fine. But people have affairs all the time. And I don't think that we know the context of the affair. We don't know anything. And so to suddenly like drag this man's name across the mud and bet on Polymarket, whether or not he's going to be fired, it's a disaster. And it reminds me of the like Justine Sacco, like show you've been publicly shamed kind of type thing, even a decade ago.
Yeah, I think that's exactly right. And I don't understand where this vigilante justice mindset comes from or why it is so popular when they want some sort of consequence for somebody that collectively they deem as doing something bad. Yeah, we don't approve of extramarital affairs if it's not some sort of like consensual arrangement, like you mentioned earlier. I also don't think people who have affairs should be fired and have their names tarnished in perpetuity. Call me extreme. I just don't think that's a healthy thing in society for millions of people to know about your personal life and also be calling for, like you're saying, you're firing. Kalshi, the betting site, has odds on whether or not he will leave Astronomer by the end of the month. That's his tech firm. And then I saw on Polymarket, not only were they betting on whether or not he would leave his company, they had a parlay opportunity where they factored in whether or not he would also get divorced. I don't understand how that is anybody else's business.
Yeah, but also like let's just remind everyone that he's the CEO of the company and she's the head of HR. So I think that like whatever sort of outcome that they should have, if they should be fired or not, whatever, that is for the company to decide. That's for the board of that company to decide. That's for other, like that is ultimately like a corporate business thing. You know what I mean? We don't know if they disclose this to the company. We don't know. Like some people were saying that another person actually next to them was another employee of the company potentially. So I just think that that is like a corporate matter. If they were having an inappropriate office relationship, it's for the company to decide. And we don't need to be doxing any random people and making up these crazy narratives about people online.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm totally with you. It's really something that everyone should just see, maybe get a chuckle at if you see it, and then move on. I don't understand going into these people's personal, private lives, messaging their spouses out of some alleged sense of empathy. Like, you don't care. Be honest with yourselves. You're not going to like reach out next week to see how she's doing. Like, this type of shit, I hate it. It's so bizarre. And this lady was so inundated, she changed her Facebook name. We don't know how or why. People read into that being like, oh, she's filing divorce paperwork already. Maybe, but leave it to her to decide. It's her life, not yours.
I couldn't agree more. I think it's bleak. And another reason that we need to, dismantle the sort of surveillance systems that we've created online.
Yeah, absolutely. This type of facial recognition software, how easily accessible it is. And also, like, the culprits here are the ones who are mining this data everywhere, scraping entire websites, as much of the internet as they can, and taking your face and making it available in this platform that allows other people to then search it for whatever reason they want. And it's frequently used for things like this. Hey, this stranger, I'm capturing them on camera for TikTok, identify them, and then third parties, like just unrelated strangers online, will then go in and seek to ruin their life. None of this is healthy or sustainable. But here at Vanish Mode, we're never going to capture your face. You're faceless to us. We don't even know who you are. But if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel.